Step out.
Alright, welcome back to BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. No further delay, let's get right into the topic. The video we put up yesterday, I want everybody who saw that video to understand that that video was from the lawyer's theory of what had happened while he was trying to get the sheriff department to publish the video so they could actually see what happened. Now, a lawyer's theory was built off of speaking to the person who was allegedly on the FaceTime call with the young airman who was killed by the sheriff and putting together his assessment of what had happened. What the lawyer was trying to do was trying to force them at the sheriff's department to speed up the process and get answers quickly for the family. So for the people who are in my comment section who are saying you need to go watch the video and get your facts straight, if you're going to report stuff like this, at least report accurate information. Obviously, I was not there. Please use your intelligence. I was not there. So, and if you look at many news houses that carried the video or carried the story before the video was released, their headlines said the same thing. And it said, according to the lawyer. Right. So now that we've seen the video, let's talk about the actual video and what actually happened. Let's put it in comparison to what the lawyer said happened based on his theory. Okay. So the attorney said the door was kicked in. The attorney said there were aggressive knocks on the door. The first aggressive knock was boom, 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 boom. And the airman on the other side of that door in his own apartment, he was on FaceTime with a friend, so he got scared and he thought, who the hell is knocking my door that hard, right? And he asked, who is it? And nobody answered. So he went and grabbed his weapon, his gun, his personal firearm. He came back. He heard another knock. Boom, 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 boom. Aggressive. He peeps through the peephole and he sees nobody. That's the first account. Then they kick the door in and he's standing there in his own house with his gun in his hand and he is shot 6 times. Seeing the video now, we know that is not what happened. This is exactly what happened. The police officer is led by the building manager all the way to the elevator while she's explaining that someone made a call and they're saying that there's a domestic disturbance and it seems to be getting worse. They are led to an apartment. I don't know what the numbers the sheriff was calling out, but he kept saying 31211. 32111. 31211. 32111. As if 31211 and 32111 was getting mixed up or confused. Those numbers, whatever those numbers are that he was calling out, we'll find out what it is later. Because a part of the theory from the attorney is that this police officer obviously went to the wrong door. 312, 321. You can see how that could get misconstrued in the heat of you trying to hit the right apartment. However, that is no excuse for doing so. What I actually witnessed is the police officer goes to the door. He does a soft knock first, very low volume knock. And then he does a loud knock where he introduces himself. The first knock came with no introduction. It was just boom, 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 boom. The second knock was boom, 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 boom. Sheriff's office, open the door. But the second loud knock followed the first knock pretty quickly. Next thing I know, the young man opens the door himself. The door was not kicked in. It was not forced in. He voluntarily opened his own door, but he has a gun, and the gun is in his right hand. The gun is pointed down at the floor in his right hand in a position that is non-threatening, but he is holding a gun. The sheriff, who was standing in front of him with his gun already raised. Now this guy is holding a gun. Right hand, gun pointing down to the floor, and his left hand has his palm up, open at the police, as if to say, I'm not a threat, please don't shoot. I thought somebody else was at my door, or someone was trying to gain entry to my apartment. So he holds his hand up, but it was too late. The police officer was already in fire mode. So the police officer greets him as he opens the door with his own gun raised. The police officer had his gun raised, and the police officer fires off 6 rounds. Bam, 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 bam. 6 rounds. He did not say, put the gun away. He did not give any kind of command concerning the gun. He fires 6 rounds. And I know a lot of people are going to say, but they said sheriff's office opened the door. Why did you answer the door with a gun in your hand? That's going to come into play. You don't answer the door with a gun in your hand to greet law enforcement at your door. I know the law says that inside of your house, you're able to bear arms. And truthfully speaking, I don't think if this was a white person, because I've seen it happen all the time on video. White people confront the police with guns all the time. And as long as the gun is not pointing towards the police officer, they're given 100 commands. Drop the gun. Drop the weapon now. Drop the weapon now. This young man was not even given a chance, a blink of an eye. Like as soon as the door opens, the gun goes off. Pow, 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 pow. The sheriff yells, step back, and fires 6 rounds. He could have yelled, drop the weapon. There was no warning. What does this say? This says protocol. Now, a lot of people might agree with this, but this kind of applies to the same reason why a lot of black men get killed in a traffic stop. See, for one, right, first of all, you're never approached like everybody else is. And we've seen it. We've seen white people get approached by police in a traffic stop. And the police approaches them as if they're approaching their family member, an extension of their own family. Oh, she looks like my sister. He looks like my cousin. They're all Caucasian. They can relate to each other. They feel some kind of familiarity or familial bond with. And that person is treated just the same. But whenever they approach black people, it's like, I'm white, you're black, we're completely different. You might be a threat to me. Guns drawn or hand already on the gun to draw the gun. That's how the difference is. So what black people need to do is to understand that you don't get, regardless of what the law says, you don't get the same privileges. A white person might answer that door and not get shot. They'll be told 100 times to drop your weapon, put the gun down, and then the police officer will de-escalate the situation. You, on the other hand, just like how when they tell you in a traffic stop, reach for your driver's license registration, and you do, and you grab your wallet, and they fire 20 shots into your body, and then their defense is, I was scared for my life because he grabbed something that looked like a gun, only to see you stretched out, dying, full of bullet holes, with a wallet in your hand that contains exactly what the police officer asked for, your driver's license. Right. So it doesn't go the same way for black folks. And whether you want to admit it or not, whether you're white or you're black, I always find, and let's be honest, I always find that black people will relate to what I'm saying and white people will try their best to not relate to what I'm saying. And I don't expect them to, because this is not their reality. Every time A white person is approached by the police. They're approached in a completely different manner if the police officer is white also than if that same white police officer approaches a black person. This young man was not given a chance. He was not given a warning. Drop the weapon. Why did you answer the door with a gun in your hand? You can clearly see it's not in a threatening manner. It is our right to bear arms. So you're going to see individuals with weapons, especially if you go to their home where their constitutional right says they are able to bear weapons. There's nothing in the law that says do not answer your door with a gun in your hand. I want you to think about that. There's nothing in the law that says do not answer your door with the gun in your hand. The gun is not in a threatening position. The police officer had all the time in the world. This is what he is trained to do. His gun is already raised. The young man's gun is pointing at the ground. That police officer is very well trained. That police officer had all the time to say, drop that weapon that's in your hand. Why did you answer the door with the gun in your hand? In order for that young man to fire and hit that police officer at the door, he would have had to raise that gun and point and aim and point it at him. The police officer is still at an advantage because his gun is already raised and pointed at this young man. So that means he did not have to shoot him the way that he did. I don't know. He got scared. He saw a black man with a gun. He fired. This is America for you. If a black man is seen with a gun in his hand, everybody automatically thinks criminal. If a white man is seen with a gun in his hand, everybody automatically thinks, oh, it's his constitutional right. Or they think, oh, he must be going hunting. Or they think, that's just normal. Black man with gun in hand, criminal. White man with gun in hand, it's his right. That's the perception. And that's the perception amongst everybody. I'll give you a good example. There was a video on YouTube about open carry states. And in the state of Texas, this particular county they were in was an open carry place. And there were videos, there was a YouTuber who went around videoing people open carrying. But they were all white men. And they open carried freely around police officers, and the police officers said nothing to them. They just went on about their business because it's an open carry state. The black man said, let me see if I can get away with this. So he puts his weapon where it can be seen by the public. This is what open carry means. And he starts to walk down the sidewalk. And he did not make it about 20 feet before someone had something to say. And another 10 feet before he was surrounded by police officers. And they all wanted to know, why is he carrying his weapon like that? And his answer was, this is an open carry state. And they said, yeah, it is. But is that weapon your weapon? Is it registered to you? I don't know, man. We're just checking. We're just checking to make sure, that there's no criminal activity going on, that you don't have a hot gun on you. So he kept asking the police. He says, listen, I know my rights. So why are you not surrounding all these white men who are carrying their guns openly in an open carry state, but you're surrounding me and everyone has their hands already on their guns as if you guys are going to draw your guns and shoot me? So I've seen this happen. Now, in this particular situation, I always try to remedy a situation so it doesn't happen again. It's called through education. We have to start teaching our young black men that the playing field is not leveled. It's sad, but it's true. It's not leveled. There's a lot of bias against you, and you will not be treated the same. So your white friend Tom, he can open his door with a gun in his hand, gun pointed down at the floor. The police officer will speak before shooting. Why'd you come to the door with the gun in your hand? Put the weapon down. Then he'll tell him, hey man, I almost shot you, you know. Don't open the door with the gun in your hand next time you hear boom, 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 boom. Sheriff's Department. That could have went really badly. And he lives to fight another day. In your case, it won't be like that. When they stop you in traffic, put both hands on the steering wheel, keep them there at all times. That's for your safety. That's so they do not feel threatened, because I've seen many traffic stop videos where young black men are reaching around under their seat, in between the car seats and the middle console. You're digging up stuff, you're twisting, you're turning, and that police officer is already scared. And he because of whatever preconceived notions they have of you, they're already scared. A lot of them grow up in neighborhoods and communities and families where they were told that all black men are criminals. When they're trained to shoot, they shoot at a black silhouette. So when they come to meet you in the public, they're already guessing, oh, it's about to go down. So they're already heightened with anxiety. So you have to stay as calm as possible so that that traffic stop can go right. You can't be twisting and turning and talking shit and reaching everywhere in the vehicle. That man's thinking, oh, I got to go home to my family and I can't let this man kill me. It's a messed up situation, but it is what it is. And you have to admit that we have to start teaching our young black men to how to engage police officers, how to interact with them to keep yourself safe, to de-escalate a situation, to walk away alive. With that said, this is a clarification. I'll leave this video right here for whoever wants to hear it. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV /BrainFLoTv. You already know, if the topic is hot, we are on it. I'm out. Peace. Hit that subscribe button.